By the time a man hits 40, something quietly starts dying inside him. Not metaphorically, literally, chemically in his blood. Testosterone, the hormone that makes you a man, begins a collapse that the medical system barely acknowledges. And here's the thing, nobody tells you. It's not just about libido. It's not just about the gym. Low testosterone at 40 means brain fog that won't lift. It means a belly that appears out of nowhere no matter how clean you eat. It means waking up tired after 8 hours of sleep. It means watching your drive and professional, personal, physical quietly drain away. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your body after 40, why modern life is accelerating this collapse, and what the cutting edge of men's health, including peptide protocols that most doctors have never even heard of, can do about it. Stay until the end, because the last 2 minutes may be the most important thing you hear this year. Let's start with the science, because the numbers are genuinely alarming. A landmark study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that average testosterone levels in American men have dropped roughly 1% per year since the 1980s. That means a 40-year-old man today has testosterone levels about 17% lower than a 40-year-old man in 1987, even accounting for age. Read that again. It's not just that you're getting older. The baseline itself is collapsing. After 30, men naturally lose about 1 to 2% of their testosterone annually. But combine that natural decline with environmental factors, and you have a crisis. What are those environmental factors? First, xenoestrogens. These are synthetic estrogen-mimicking compounds found in plastics, pesticides, and personal care products. Every time you drink from a plastic bottle, use conventional shampoo, or eat non-organic produce, you're exposing your endocrine system to compounds that signal your body to produce less testosterone and more estrogen. Second, chronic stress and cortisol. Cortisol and testosterone are made from the same precursor, pregnenolone. When your body is constantly stressed, it prioritizes cortisol production. That's called the pregnenolone steal. Your testosterone factory gets robbed to fund your stress response. Third, sleep deprivation. 70 to 80% of your daily testosterone is produced during deep sleep. 1 week of sleeping under 5 hours can drop testosterone by 10 to 15% in healthy young men. Imagine what years of poor sleep does. And fourth, and this one almost nobody talks about, seed oils and metabolic inflammation. The ultra-processed seed oil heavy diet common in Western countries creates systemic inflammation that directly suppresses the Leydig cells in your testes, the cells responsible for testosterone production. So what does this actually feel like? Because the insidious thing about testosterone decline is that it's gradual. There's no single moment where you think, that's it, something's wrong. It just creeps. Here are the 7 most common signs men over 40 miss. 1, fatigue. That's different. Not tired from a hard day. A baseline exhaustion, like you're always running on 60%. 2, visceral fat accumulation. That's the fat around your organs and belly. Testosterone directly regulates where your body stores fat. Low T means the belly comes first. 3, brain fog and declining cognitive sharpness. Testosterone is neuroprotective. It literally protects brain cells and supports memory formation. 4, reduced competitiveness and motivation. This one is profound. Men with optimized testosterone describe feeling driven, competitive, and purposeful. Men with low T often describe feeling like they just don't care as much anymore. 5, decreased recovery. Workouts that used to leave you sore for a day now take 3. Testosterone is critical for muscle protein synthesis and tissue repair. 6, Mood changes, irritability, low-grade anxiety, and depression are strongly correlated with hypogonadism, the clinical term for low testosterone. And 7, libido changes, not just frequency of desire, but the quality of it. The spontaneous desire that characterized your 20s and 30s begins to feel like a distant memory. If you recognize yourself in 3 or more of those, you need a full hormone panel, not just total testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, estradiol, LH, FSH, prolactin, and a metabolic panel. Ask for all of it. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because while the mainstream medical system often responds to low testosterone with a binary choice, you're fine, it's just aging, or here's a TRT prescription. The actual frontier of men's health optimization is far more nuanced. Let's work through a hierarchy of interventions, from lifestyle changes up to the cutting edge. Level 1, the foundations. These aren't optional. No protocol works without them. Sleep 7 to 9 hours in a cool, dark room. Eliminate seed oils and ultra-processed food. Resistance train 3 to 4 times per week. Compound movements, heavy loads. Manage cortisol through sunlight, cold exposure, and breath work. These alone can raise testosterone 15 to 25% in men who've been neglecting them. Level 2, targeted supplementation. Zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. 3 with K2 are the core. A significant percentage of men with low testosterone are simply deficient in these 3 micronutrients. Ashwagandha, specifically the KSM-66 extract, has multiple clinical trials showing a 10 to 17% increase in testosterone, primarily by lowering cortisol. Tonkadali has more recent evidence behind it and works by freeing bound testosterone through SHBG reduction. Level 3, peptide protocols. This is where most doctors go quiet. But the research is compelling. Sermorelin and ipamorelin are growth hormone secretagogues. They stimulate your pituitary to produce more of your own growth hormone rather than injecting synthetic HGH. The benefits include improved body composition, sleep quality, cognitive function, and recovery. BPC 157 is a body protection compound that has remarkable healing and anti-inflammatory properties. Athletes use it for injury recovery, but its systemic anti-inflammatory effects have broader implications for men dealing with chronic metabolic inflammation. And PT141, also known as bremelanotide, works directly on the central nervous system to restore libido and sexual function. Unlike conventional medications, it works upstream, at the brain level. Level 4, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. When properly managed by a knowledgeable physician, it can be genuinely life-changing. The key phrase is properly managed. That means optimizing not just testosterone, but the entire hormonal cascade: estradiol, DHT, hematocrit, and cardiovascular markers. The days of just giving T shots are over in good men's health clinics. The best practitioners use a systems approach. Here's what I want to leave you with. The narrative you've been sold, that feeling this way after 40 is just getting older, that it's inevitable, that you should just accept it, is wrong. It is medically, physiologically wrong. Men throughout history, living active outdoor, low-stress lives, maintained robust hormonal health well into their 60s and 70s. The collapse we're seeing is not age, it's environment, it's lifestyle, and to a large degree, it's reversible. The first step is knowledge. The second step is measurement. Get your labs done. Don't rely on a standard physical that checks only total testosterone with a normal range so wide it includes men who feel terrible. Find a men's health specialist or a TRT clinic that runs a full panel and interprets it in the context of optimization, not just disease. I've linked the exact labs I'd recommend in the description below. along with a protocol overview for the peptides we discussed, and resources to find vetted TRT practitioners in your area. If this video was useful to you, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to go deeper on men's health, hormones, and longevity. Every week, I'm bringing you the research and the protocols that give you back the edge you didn't know you were losing. This is your biology. Own it.